How's it going, Radical Viewers? Grimgay right back into it with part 2 of this session of the Esterisle's Cartography Guild Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition Homebrew. I became a giant shark, and basically jawsed a dude once, and then missed every other time. But it literally saved my life, so I'm not going to complain. Oh god, my throat. Anyway, that all said, let's go ahead and rejoin the Discord.
Being confused all the time.
What do my abilities do? Oh shit,
Oh,
the
no.
again. Oh no.
The red one. Oh.
You're just a Sasuke wannabe. If you're playing Aphelios.
I like him and Jin because Jin's a lot simpler but still really fun.
Am I still a shark?
I can drop
Howard.
that.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
Let's ride Lambert.
well, how long is it going to
I'm gonna-
last is the question.
It lasts like an hour, right?
Yeah.
It lasts an hour. I could keep it up, but you know I might want to cast other concentration spells at some point, and you might just want to get a short rest in.
I mean,
Because I can get that slot back.
right. I mean, either way,
Is
You know
our
what?
good friend Lucian here?
What was Lambert gonna do? Lucian's not here.
oh, if you're gonna drop the concentration, let me be a man again. I was just gonna pop that supreme healing potion. Basically
Yeah,
right that.
yeah.
Yep.
I think we could take a short rest. So we'll see.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm
if
not
I
gonna
need
stop
it.
you. I mean, you can breathe underwater for 24 hours.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. Supreme 10d4 plus 20. Dear sweet lord. And God knows I need all of that.
We bought a toaster today.
But
A toaster?
Yeah. Yeah. Whoa, that's
Is it a
crazy.
special
What are you gonna
toaster?
put in it?
Brother, I have made toast
Oh man.
No way.
Oh my.
and waffles.
Holy
Nice.
shit.
Tonight I'm making waffles.
You putting
I haven't
toast
had
in that
waffles
toaster?
in some time. You know what? We've been making toast in the oven.
That's really extra.
That's so inefficient. I hate it.
Yeah. We didn't have a toaster.
Oh
been
my
using
God.
a lighter, just or like an iron
I
for
can
your
make
clothes.
decent toast. Like, you know, toast is how they did toast. You know what I mean? Before they made
Back
the
in the
toast,
day,
they made it objectively better in every possible way.
But
That's
the
awesome.
energy use is
Yeah, and it takes more time too. I hate it, but like sometimes you just you crave
crave
toast,
toast.
and you can't.
Matthew,
You can snap out of queue. You're not playing queue right now. You can snap out of it.
put a metal box on the end of your muffler and you can smoke meat.
I'm pretty sure that's very bad.
I mean, it might kill you, but that's a good thing sometimes.
What was I gonna say? Fuck, I don't remember. I think I was gonna talk about how much this thing is scabbing. It looks real gross.
Yeah, why is it gross?
Yeah.
Yeah. For everyone who doesn't know, Tyler got a boy band tattoo.
Yeah, you got a boy band tattoo.
It's definitely not a boy band.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
a
one.
demon.
Are there boys in it?
Tyler got a girl band tattoo.
What?
That's fair. Are there girls in it?
It's it's very large, and very beautiful. Except it's scabbing as tattoos do.
I mean, it looks good when it was like fresh.
It's gonna
it'll
look good
look-
when it heals too.
Well, those are the two good-looking times.
No.
Yeah.
That's why I don't get tattoos, so I don't get scabs. Scab free, baby.
You know, mine
fuck up.
scabbed over very minimally.
Yeah, because it's tiny.
Yeah, just the smallest motherfucker. The one I'm gonna get on my other wrist is just the Esteriles, also tiny. Your next one should be like the symbol of the Magus on your forehead.
I don't have a job.
Do you want
I'd
a
say-
toaster carrying case? Amazon's got it.
Yo, be like that rapper who got the $23 million like gem implant in your forehead.
I'm not gonna do that.
It
What
looks
is
like
this?
Diablo Soul Stone in his head.
Matthew, Gaddy, what is this thing you've posted?
It's a toaster case, so you can carry it on the go.
Why?
I gotta say, as someone who has a toaster oven,
Dust
this would make
and
my
finger-
life so much easier.
It's dust and fingerprint protection. Fucking, put your murder weapons in this.
Well, like, walk up in the club, like, stand aside, ladies. I brought the toaster. I got a frat party. Just
I've
like,
got toast.
anyone? Hey, you know what this frat party
Why are
needs?
you still
Some toast.
yellow? Get blue.
I don't know.
It was all yellow.
Actually, get purple.
Oh, guys, we've got some bad news about the reviews, though.
Oh, about the toaster carrier reviews?
Let me tell you, it's not actually a carrier. It's just a cover.
Wait, what?
Oh my gosh, it's only a cover. She gave it 3 stars though.
Jacqueline was very upset.
It's just a cover. There's
This
no
is
bottom.
too.
Well, I mean, it holds the toaster.
This happened 12 days ago. She rated this.
The
12 days ago.
Wow.
so fucking product does not work as advertised. 3 stars.
She's like, it's a good cover at least. I appreciate this positivity.
I
I really
appreciate-
needed
yeah.
a bag. I needed it to go.
Specifically for my
Need a
toaster.
cover.
Well, this is not the product for you.
You know what's upsetting about this? I have to bring... I don't even own a toaster. I have a toaster oven, but I'll have to bring it to Michael's the next time I visit. In this bag.
I'll be mad.
You
Well,
can't.
there is no back.
It's a
You
cover.
can't.
It's not in the
It's just a
bag.
That's
cover.
the thing.
I can sew. I'll make my own bag.
Yeah,
There's
just sew some
no
handles
zipper
on it.
though. There's no zipper. You can't put it.
I can make a zipper.
You can't put it anywhere.
That moment where you buy a toaster freaking carrying case, but it just turns out to be a cover, so you have to improvise into it.
Yeah, here we go. This is probably like closer to what it looks like.
Your toaster?
That's a real D&D.
This is the same product but less deceptive, I guess.
The same product but more gray.
Cool.
Yeah.
Frequently bought together one of these springy hoses.
Yeah.
It's a generous and simple design.
Frequently bought together.
This solves
thing,
a
wireless charger.
problem in my life.
You
I
back with
think.
toaster covering?
Yeah, now that I own a toaster, I'm just like, man, I need to cover this.
I got
God.
so when the
Right here,
guests
it's
come over,
flavorless.
so when the guests come over, they don't see that I have an uncovered toaster in the game.
Yeah.
Guys, but good
Real.
news.
What's the good news?
What?
The reviews are much more positive for this. Hockey Girl loved the item.
Yeah, because the fucking picture of the product shows that it's not a bag, that it's a cover.
Oh, the bag has pockets.
This is from
Would
the year of our
recommend.
Lord, January 16, 2021. So also a fresh, hot off the press review.
It's got pockets you can put your toast in there. For later.
When the fiendish creature is destroyed.
Yes.
Thank you.
Fiendish creatures and not a pike wasted.
Not
See?
a one.
We're fine.
Nary a one.
We didn't even
you-
need Pike.
Don't even need them. Who?
He wasn't even there anyways. For like,
You
Yeah.
continue making your way into the school, eventually reaching your destination. The school itself is a bit more geometric, with what looks to be 2 floors on the outside. The 2 floors both are a little longer than they are wide, and where the first one is mostly straight, having small wings on either side, the bottom floor is much more like a T shape, with much more pronounced wings than the first one. Hanging from the walls along the outside are now long since tattered blue tapestries, but whatever symbols or insignias that were born upon it have either been faded or torn. The entrance of the building appears to be on the top floor, as a clear doorway is open to the water around it, with a set of stairs and pillars leading up to it. As you swim your way into the sunken ruin, you find that the architecture inside it is just as geometric as the exterior. The hallway here has 2 doors near the entrance, 2 further down up a set of stairs that, strangely enough, marks the beginning of an air pocket that extends down to about shin level along that raised area on the other side of the hallway. And there's also 2 staircases leading down on either side here.
So we have to pick our direction.
Wait, did we not just pass a couple of rooms that...
Yeah, there's rooms, there's doors, there's rooms, there's all sorts of places to go.
You can't just make us walk by the hidden treasure rooms like that.
Yeah,
I like this one. I can see the barrels.
Okay, you see the barrels. Do you go inside? The room does indeed seem to have barrels, except, oh no, actually they're not barrels. I'm just stupid, I can't read. It looks like a barrel. It's in fact a table. The room itself is a lounge. It has a sofa over on the far end, some floating chairs, and a few other pieces of furniture in various states of aquatic decay. Notably, however, you notice that on the other end of the room is a fireplace with a full chimney, seeming to suggest that fire once played a role in this now aquatic area.
So it wasn't always underwater.
Well, that was already pointed out to
Yes.
us.
Yes. The water levels rose somehow. Now the place is sunken.
That reminds me, son. You asked me to make you something. Here. He hands you a pair of vertical assisted galoshes.
Find a use for them one day.
These are fits for you. You had mentioned it'd be good to get you something before we left, and here, there. I think I got your size right.
This didn't happen.
You did. You asked me to make something. We had talked about it.
We talked about making something for Dioran for helping us. Since he didn't accept any money.
That did happen.
These were for Jorn, right?
I'll use them.
It's the old age.
This will be very helpful for me.
They are fitted to you.
He did kind of disappear too, so.
We abandoned him. Oops.
No.
They were for Jorn. Okay.
No, it's fine. I appreciate this. Thank you. I'm gonna put on some veg then.
Just
Sorry.
slip right into those.
Wait,
I'm gonna slip into some veg.
Yeah.
No.
didn't send requests like an updated hurdy-gurdy or something?
Yeah, but that's gonna take time.
Don't worry about it. Do you go through the other door?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. There's a door here.
Whoa.
This room is largely empty, holding only 2 identical arcane sigils, one on either side.
No.
Time to
I
bring Mom
think
back.
we almost just passed this room.
Quinny's gonna cast Identify
Okay.
on the sigil.
You do so.
So you touch the signal.
From what you understand, this is obviously a conjuration magic. They don't seem necessarily to... It seems to you that this is mostly used as like a variety of summoning spells, particularly attuned to more fiendish creatures. Much like you just saw. You notice that there are 2 variations, however. One that has 3 sigils and one that has 4. None of which are lit, but they both seem to do the same thing, which is summon some sort of fiend.
Does this have something to do with what we encountered out there, then? Summoning fiends? Do you
Feels
think
like
the two fiends, 2 circles, although I can't tell how recently they've been used. Maybe they've been here a while.
That means there's probably something that can use magic here, possibly. Maybe.
And frankly, your guess is about as good as mine. Every school does things differently from each other. I couldn't hesitate to tell you without a grimoire from this place. By the way, keep an eye out for it, and don't tell anyone about it. I had a weird message about it not that long ago before I encountered Gwydion.
You think it would survive the water?
You'd be surprised.
I would be surprised.
Gwydion's gonna scrape his staff across the edge of the conjuration circle to just try and like break it, make it inert if it isn't already.
They're like carved into stone.
Well,
I mean, we have a solution
Wait,
to
there
that
it
too.
is.
give me a moment. And like he brings out a hammer and like a chisel.
I mean,
Now-
why not?
You have cast Identify. They don't seem to be set to automatically just spew out demons.
Are you sure?
Better safe than sorry.
I agree. I suppose.
Someone could walk by and just say like, activate. Someone could have the password.
It is theoretically possible for someone to theoretically activate the sigils, yes.
I mean, for all we know, the magic word is haberdashery or something.
Hammer away.
Tink, tink, tink. A little bit goes by, and now you have two completely useless sigils on the floor.
I'm
About
okay
how
with
long
this.
does that take, actually?
I don't know, 10 minutes?
10 minutes. I'm gonna, while the Q is doing that, I'm gonna cast a spell as a ritual. And
Okay.
Gwydion starts laying out some shit on the floor. Let's see, any materials? Nope. So he's just gonna do some incantations in the corner, and by the time he's done, let's see. Yeah, he's gonna have like a fucking phantom dolphin. Right.
Okay.
Horse-like creature. This is a seahorse. Horse-like creature. There we go. It's a big seahorse.
Dibs.
You have summon him. Oh wait.
I don't think we have anymore.
Is currently not summoned.
Does not breathe underwater all too well presently, anyway.
Yeah. Let's see.
100
Does it work
feet?
underwater?
Jesus.
Actually, it might not be. It might not work.
It's a strip illusion spell. I've never heard of this.
How many
That's
scrolls
funny.
of water breathing do we have?
She would have handed you two, just in case.
2?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use
Just in
1
case.
to give my steed water breathing.
I thought you made a dolphin. Oh wait, you can't make a
It
dolphin.
has the statistics of a riding
It's
horse.
A quasi-real horse.
Technically speaking,
I don't think it's real.
dolphins do breathe air.
Oh, you're right.
Not wrong.
they
Well, it also-
are mammals.
It doesn't give you. Well, I guess yeah. I don't know.
It says it's
real
quasi-real.
creature.
What is a large quasi-real?
Yeah,
Horse-like
it's like
creature.
almost real.
It's only an illusion, right?
It's an illusion, but it's like kind of real.
But it's kind of not real.
Yes, because it's an illusion.
So does it have to breathe if it's an illusion?
My question to you is, what's your problem?
That it might not be able to breathe.
It's quasi-real. It can quasi-die of drowning.
I mean, so it's a horse-like creature, right? So maybe it's a dolphin with gills.
I didn't
It is
expect
now,
this.
because-
I didn't expect this to spark this kind of debate.
Water breathing.
I
It
mean,
breathes
it's
underwater
cool.
now. Needless to say.
I mean, well,
Yep,
it's the ritual,
exactly.
so
Yeah, no spell wasted.
yeah. So
And
it's
I
like
got
I
a
can't
quick getaway if I
complain.
need it.
It's just
Wasted is the right word.
Just
No
wanted to
spells
know
wasted.
if a quasi illusion can quasi breathe under quasi water.
No, it's real water.
the
water
is
Get
very
your
real.
head out of your ass.
Pretty real.
But didn't you say there's an air pocket in here?
Yeah, which leads me to my question. Do you go up the stairs into the into the air pocket.
But what really is a
Air
pocket of
pocket.
air?
But there's other Oh, fuck.
Okay, so there are 2 stairs that go down into another map on Roll20 that would have to get out.
Okay, so down is where the next part of the dungeon is.
Yeah, let's
down
finish
goes
up
down
and then
as
go
it
down.
happens.
No,
Up
hold
goes
on.
up.
I want to cast Knock on the magic door to bypass the bullshit puzzles that Michael worked so hard for.
Now, so here's
But it
the
doesn't
big
work that
question.
way.
Do you think I would put doors that you could just knock open anymore?
No.
Now it's complicated. You
I
wanted to
realize
get
that.
complicated? I've gotten complicated.
It was complicated
I've
last
learned.
time because of how the door opened and knock didn't work anyway. I remember that session so well. Okay.
We can still knock the loot chests.
Anyway, so up, right? Yes?
Yeah.
Up? Yeah.
Up, down, up. All right. Immediately upon going forward, well, you notice that it opens up even further. 3 paths, one directly ahead of you. To your left is what looks like an armory,
Ooh.
fully
Take a
stocked with a few sets of half plate armor, and a variety of swords of both steel and silver.
Quantities. Give me quantities.
A number.
Give me quantities. Going in the bag.
All right, fine. It's just 3 sets of half plate armor and 4 of each kind of sword.
Oh. Okay.
Each kind of sword?
Yeah, silver and
Well, I mean,
steel.
4 steel, 4 silver.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're long swords?
They are long swords.
Okay.
You do notice that there isn't really any like rust on them or anything to suggest like that they've been given to the elements for so much time. Whether or not that's some sort of treatment to resist it or what have you, you're not sure of presently. To the right, you see bookshelves. You assume that this one was once a library. Now it seems that fungus has taken much of the shelves due to the humidity, no doubt. But there might be something there if you want to take a look in there.
Kinda do.
Q, you're excited. You're excited, Q. You know why you're excited?
I see anvils. There's like crudely drawn anvils on the map.
Really drawn anvils.
Aww.
No, dude,
Very
that
well-drawn
anvil has like 2, 3, 4 lines, right? It's an anvil.
Yeah, it's an anvil.
Yeah.
You're pretty comfortable to say that this is a forge. Very similar in some aspects to the one you guys found at the Dragon School, but very clearly different in methodology. There's a pile of coal over on the side, large enough that some of it has can even escape the waterlogging from below. And it just kind of lines the most of the leftern wall there. On the right, you see a sort of area that you believe was used to hang and cool items that were made here, which is rather strange in regards to the way one normally forges an item. To the right of that is a valve that seems functional, and in the center of the room, betwixt 2 anvils, is the forge, managing to keep the important bits above water, at least, but still not lit as of yet. And much like the last one that you saw that was like this, there's a crank along the outside of it. And you can see kind of scattered about are what look to be molds for what look to be maybe like crossbow bolts, short swords, long swords, and breastplates.
Do any of the molds look like they make something interesting rather than just basic equipment?
From what you gather, they seem to be... The effects of the molds themselves seem to be largely decorative, as opposed to functional. Not to say that they won't make functional objects, but the molds themselves are not... They don't seem to suggest, just by looking at them, that anything special is going to be made if you fill the mold with it. If that makes any sense.
And looking at the forge and the unusual method of quenching, can I glean anything about their process, if it's different or potentially could result in a special crafting method or technique?
Make me a smithing tools check. Drop shit like most times. You glean that there is probably a special process. There's definitely slightly, because you feel it. There was a very similar sort of, oh my god, what the fuck? Oh, this is still okay. You get the feeling that that yes, there is some sort of special process into making something that should you make something, it might be cool. These look like very finely crafted tools. Very specific.
Masterwork, perhaps?
Perhaps.
If the group has some time, would like to use this forge to see if it can craft something.
Well, we're not under any time restriction, I think.
No, not at all.
Well, you are technically under, say, 48 hours time restriction based on the amount that you can breathe underwater, but there's nothing stopping you from just going back up.
Well,
Right.
probably closer to like 46 at this point.
Or me cast.
And also, technically, every 24 hours, Lucian can just
Yeah.
cast it again, so it
cast
doesn't
it
really
again.
matter that much.
Yeah, and if we for some reason pulled some double all-nighters, I can ritual cast it towards the end of the previous duration.
Yeah, so it's not that big of a deal. Still have the time.
Sure, then if we have the time, we won't be interrupted if I start hammering away at the forge and making all sorts of lovely metallic noise.
Can you generate the heat required for this underwater?
Perhaps.
I mean, we're currently in the air bubble, right?
The inner workings... Yeah, so the inner workings of the forge have managed to stay above the water level. Luckily enough. So it doesn't look like it's going to be like drowned out. Well, they're not. It might make the water hotter, but it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, it's not
Right.
gonna boil the entire room that's ankle deep at the moment.
It'd be funny.
Yeah, it'd be funny if it did, but
Looking around, is there adequate ventilation?
Make a investigation check.
Imagine if the Ocean Temple isn't OSHA certified.
I mean, I think Lambert could tell you out of the
I
gate they're
am.
not OSHA certified, like, at all. For God's sakes, most of his training group died.
Maybe they wouldn't die so much if they were OSHA certified.
No, they probably wouldn't die so much that the
Looks
frickin'
fine.
Woodell survival trainer wasn't a prick.
You seem to have the entire temple underwater where people can't breathe. That's a 17 gold fine right there for you. It seems to be corrected.
Oh, that's too real, Tyler. I don't like that.
Well, the party is all right with it, then I might try crafting something here if we have the time, and I can speed things along with some help from the forge. And
Yeah, why not?
Well, man,
We will keep watch. We'll
Now,
keep on
Now,
trying.
while he's doing that, I believe that at least Lambert wanted to look through the library and see if there was anything intact.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think that Gwydion also was probably interested in that because he's a fucking nerd. I think Gwydion has the higher investigation score.
He does. He's
I mean,
got
Gwydion?
yeah, he's got the higher intelligence stats, so I'll just be helping him.
I've got the maximum intelligence. I've got.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
Are there any types of books that Sen would enjoy?
No.
Oh.
No smut.
We haven't seen any.
They
We haven't
have
seen what's
smut,
attacked.
Were you saying something, Dennis?
Yeah, I was gonna say Heinrich could probably check out the library too, see if there's anything new there.
Yeah.
To the
So
library.
the four of you pillage the library. Sen finds nothing because she's not looking for the right things. Aside from that, you do manage to find a few books that are still largely intact, even if their bindings have bits of fungus coming off of them. The books seem to contain basic alchemical knowledge, methods of working metals, and one in particular, a handwritten journal of sorts that details the methods of using the forge within the school itself.
Oh, we should give this
Yeah,
to
we
you.
spot that. Dude, I found something you're gonna love.
If you turn this knob at the incorrect time and is not framed perfect, the forge explodes, sending shrapnel into your face immediately.
You see his hand like on the valve, like, oh.
No!
Da-da-da-da-da.
So this is the basic process of making an object in this.
Oh my
in the
god.
forge. Yeah.
Turn the crank. Very specific.
Waterlogged books are a pain in the ass. I've told the story about how someone left my biology textbook under the full sink, I think, right?
No.
Because we had the lab.
It was definitely a biology textbook.
Yes.
After that.
Bio books are the worst too. Science books are so fucking expensive.
Yeah. You know, you have the sinks for like the labs, and then you have to wash your hands from all the chemicals. Someone just like waterlogged my book specifically in the sink. I was like, come on.
Oh jeez. That blows. So a few things of note as you're following this process. I mean, you know, shovel some coal into the forge and close it much like you did with the one at the Dragon School. You turn the crank and you feel a slight rumbling as you do so, and a growing heat erupts from the forge, and it doesn't seem to have any open flame or light to suggest its origin. It seems that whatever you did definitely heated this place up. So my next question is this. What are you melting? Like, what material are you working with here?
I'm gonna make a javelin.
Ooh.
So I got some half plate recently that I can melt down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plate's what, like 450 gold, so that's fine.
It's a decent chunk of metal for sure. As you're kind of turning the valve to heat up the metal itself, fucking place. Anyway, you melt it down relatively easily. It doesn't seem that there's any smoke being made from this. It all seems to be. There's definitely something strange with the forge. It's not like generating that sort of smoke. It's hot enough for sure to melt down the metal into the correct sort of malleability. Take some time with it, and forge a nice looking javelin out of it, and place it on the rack, on the cooling rack. This is where things get a little strange. You trust the journal. Turning the valve beside the rack, it seems to cause water to mist over the object. And judging from the scent and the proximity, you can tell very clearly that this is ocean spray. The salt water, which would normally you just never use for this type of work. However, once it is done,
God damn it, Tyler!
Wasn't expecting that much.
Broke Michael.
what cooled down enough, you do get a rather nice looking javelin. The javelin is master crafted.
That's good.
Yeah, it has a non-magical +1 to hit and damage rolls.
We may need to stay here for a week or two.
Okay, that kind of time we don't have, sadly. That said, who's to say we can't, I don't know, incorporate this into something we can just do later somewhere else?
If we could, as a group, reverse engineer this forge and perhaps try and bring it to the surface, or rebuild it on the surface, might be interesting. Maybe there are some schematics lying about.
I wonder how
Not that
heavy
you
it
found.
is.
I'll keep finding. Looking.
I mean,
It is also worth noting that because it's not really going to come up otherwise, the javelin cannot be tarnished by ocean water.
We think this weighs more than 1,000 pounds.
The whole setup, yeah.
Yes,
easily.
easily.
Um,
I mean, it's a 20 by 20 foot forge.
Oh, that's pretty big.
well, so this forge creates, with the aid of a smith, mastercraft weapons. If we're going to continue to be adventuring, those of us who use weapons, and potentially armor, could be quite a treasure for us.
I have an idea, actually, Q. Can't act on it right now, but say when I become a tad more competent, I can try and establish a teleportation circle here, and we can go to and fro at will, and still breathe underwater, because many of us can help do that. But you might have plenty of time to work here. Yes?
How good is your memory?
Quite excellent, I would say.
Because you could, and because I don't have my drawing tools because we're underwater and that would make no sense, but if you could recreate an illusion of this later, I could draw schematics for it myself.
That's another option as well.
And we do have the journal detailing how to use it, and Q's literally used it and gotten a feel for it. So in theory, we can almost backwards recreate this thing. Or at least
Yes.
attempt to.
You can go.
I do get the sense that there is some magic here. My training with Gwydion and the ways of wizardry lately does give me some sense that this forge is not usual.
Allow me then. Gwydion will blink, and his eyes will start glowing as he detects magic around him with his arcane sense.
And oh boy, does he. Yeah, there is a decent chunk of magic. The forge itself seems to have like a transmutative properties, as well as evocation properties. The ocean mist that was
So tasty.
like the cooling rack, basically, has a sort of abjury to it, and I hate all of you. Basically, yes. At every interval of the process, the tools that you used were laced with magic.
Yes, Q. You're starting to get a sense for it. Good job. This is actually very magical. Everything around here.
Yeah.
It's a bit overwhelming. Ugh. It's like walking into a
helps.
perfume shop.
It helps when you have a good teacher to learn the craft.
Well, I do have many years of experience.
And then some.
Right, so we're all okay with staying here for several months as I create a massed horde of weaponry and armors, right?
As tempting as that is, no.
It's a joke.
It's
I understand
magical.
that's slightly unreasonable. Perhaps 2 weeks?
Also, no.
If it's magical, shouldn't there be some sort of arcane sigils around?
I mean, yes and no. No, there are a couple, but like it could be recreated. It would be
A
hard
lot.
and it would be expensive.
Wait, what are you talking about recreating?
The Forge.
The forge.
Well, here's what I was thinking. I can't imagine the people that used to inhabit this enjoyed walking around in a foot of water. There was probably some sort of energy magic field that would keep away the water inside the temple.
I don't
Maybe
know.
they walked on
Seems-
stilts.
As
Seems reasonable.
as it's been pointed out a few times, the temple wasn't always underwater.
Yes.
Ben might be onto something. She is the captain after all. Perhaps we should explore and look for pieces within the environment that might lower the water level and make it more suitable for habitation as we stay here for a week.
Worst case scenario, we can always come back here. That much is true.
I would like that very much.
Yep.
Yes.
Teleportation circle won't be a problem.
Also, just
Eventually.
taking a boat.
Teleporting's cool. Cooler than
Teleporting is
both.
cool.
I've missed feeling like I'm a part of 3 different conversations all at once. Fantastic. So downstairs then now.
Yes.
You want to talk about draining the water, teleporting, staying for a week? Like, I don't know whose
These are
train
all
of thought.
great ideas.
I don't know whose train of thought I'm trying to follow anymore.
Be happy it's not Heinrich's train of thought.
He's just looking around for squid.
Heinrich is becoming my favorite for being how quiet he is.
Heinrich is out of his element. It's a forge with metals, not really what he's for.
Tentacles.
Anyway.
You want to go down?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Left or right?
Does it matter?
I can't tell you.
Going left.
Yeah, I vote left. If we die, we die. It won't be the first time for one of us.
I mean, no one's saying right, so left it is.
Yeah.
I feel ominous.
Just because I'm the leader doesn't mean I'm the navigator, so I will delegate the direction to the party.
Oh, so to
You
the
guys
navigator, Lucian.
I have
Oh,
it.
it's all black. Oh, no.
I have it. Do you guys see?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see.
I do.
I just pick a direction because nobody's gonna argue with it.
Oh, you know what? I probably need to just make you bright.
Yeah, just
I go left.
Just because you're the driver
I
doesn't
touch.
mean you're the GPS.
I touch. Touch it. Touch it. I touch.
Touch it.
Touch away, okay.
Excuse me?
Oh, do you think I just made a cursed javelin? Sick.
I hope
That would be
so.
awesome.
If you're
I can
cursed, you
identify it
are-
later. I can
I
identify it
identify
later unless you don't want me to spoil the surprise.
No. I
Identify
don't think
often
I-
doesn't work on curses, mind you.
I thought
No,
it did.
does. It's
Not all the time. Sometimes some curses.
Yeah, there are some that specify, which is
Yeah. Yeah.
Bullshit.
silly.
I mean, you know. When you head down the stairs, you are met with another hallway. Exciting. This one has quite a few doors along the sides, some of which are even intact. They all.
What the?
There's a hallway.
So you clicked initiative 4 times?
Huh? The doors all seem to lead to bedrooms, now sunken beneath the sea. Larger than that of the dragon schools, which seemed more minimal, but closer to what Lambert would have been used to. Continuing on. You open up. It opens up into a larger room up this set of stairs. In this area, there is a similar air pocket. Again, just about to your shins in the water. Here you can see a hallway leading further down, but also above you, or on north of you. You can barely see under the murky water an arcane sigil.
That's a big one.
It's a
Oh, we
very-
just found a teleportation circuit.
This is interesting.
It definitely doesn't lead to another plane. We should poke it.
I mean, if you want me to.
I feel like I'm slowly getting a grasp about what this school is about, and I don't like it. At
Nonsense.
all.
I mean, you
Hey,
could.
Gwydion,
Someone can roll an Arcana check for me if they want to look at
you know what?
I'm gonna roll an Arcana check. I want to do it. I'm doing it. I'm the new
It's
wizard.
probably the. We're gonna do it as a group. Oh, look at me! I did the worst.
17.
Not the worst. I did the second. I did the not best.
I did the worst, and I'm actually a part of these schools.
It's probably a sigil of friendship.
Why are we all so good?
The sigil of question marks.
All of you look at the sigil and you're like, "Oh fuck, that's every single one of you." Surprise, surprise, conjuration. It seems that this particular sigil. Well, this is actually interesting. All of you would know that this particular sigil seems to call forth creatures from an elemental plane. So that's sort of like
Fire.
summoning. Lucian and just Lucian. Well, Lucian, Gwydion, and Sen. You would all know that it's more specific than that. It summons water elementals. Gwydion and Sen, the two of you see that it is active. It seems that a few of the lines that you can see seem to trigger upon stepping on it.
Gwydion is going to cast. Wait, what?
We can't step on that. It'll awake water elementals. It's active right now.
Yes, this room right here on the ground. It means water.
I can dispel it. Don't move. I can dispel it. Maybe.
Sounds like a good
Maybe.
idea.
Sid, if you want to lend me a bit of a helping hand here, play a tune underwater. Does your thing work underwater? We're gonna find out.
We're in an air pocket.
You're in your pocket.
I will
Cool.
touch Gwydion's hand.
The hurdy-gurdy is not a wind instrument, so I don't see why it wouldn't.
Well, you know, the rust from the salt water, but good thing you're making me a new one.
Am I,
Fuck,
are,
I've seen that.
am
Don't
I
worry,
doing- Gwydion was asking for inspiration. I don't know if
Yeah, I'm gonna help you.
Okay, cool. Gwydion's going to cast a spell magic on the sigil.
Please roll me an intelligence check.
You also get 7 temp HP.
And let me fucking use that roll of 2d8. That says 15.
Yes. Yeah, that actually does it.
Okay.
You
Whoa.
seem to deactivate the sigil.
Oh.
Yeah, good job. You just passed.
Yeah, I figured because, Conjure Elemental's a 5th level spell, but I wasn't sure if this was a higher grade.
I
At
sure
least
hope
fire elementals.
that wasn't connected to the forge.
I don't
Unlikely.
see how. I mean,
I'd be
Who knows?
sorely disappointing.
If it is, I'll just recreate it later.
Additionally, Gwydion, getting a better look at the sigil now that you've dispelled it, and just kind of like reading some of the inscriptions along the along each of the lines, and like kind of just studying like where they go and what that would do. You know, just getting a feel for it. As you're looking at it, you're taken. Sorry, I'm like I can't read for some reason, and like I keep reading the same 3 words over and over again, and I'm like,
To
this
the
is
dream
not-
journal.
Yes. As you're looking at the sigil, you begin feeling lightheaded. And as you close your eyes to readjust, you open them again to find yourself in a similarly humid jungle landscape. You look at the creature you just summoned to fight off that monstrous reptilian bird-like creature, and jot down some notes in your journal before eventually it begins to decay and turn to dust before you. Take a look around. Looks like you were the only one that survived the attack, leaving you with a feeling like you should report someone back home. Easily enough, you wave your arms around, wreathing your fur-covered form in arcane energy before a brief rush overtakes you, and you find yourself in what appears to be deeper into the brush of the jungle, but surrounded by a city, largely made within the ruins of this place. You would recognize this immediately as your home. From here, time seems to skip. Fractions of memories play out before you. You remembered studying the figure etched into the wall, looking into all sorts of lizard-like creatures, and ultimately finding much knowledge about a snake-like people that used to live here centuries ago. In your studies, you find a particular entry about a legend, we'll say, about a creature by the name of Anasmid, the Venom Heart. And that's when your eyes, like you blink your eyes one last time and find yourself back into the dungeon complex.
Strange. Cool. Well, that is done with. Feels like we just circumvented something rather dire, or made things worse. We'll find out as we continue to explore.
You gets out the hammer and chisel. Should I be certain?
I think this one will be fine. Well, actually, let's leave this one here this time. Let's leave this one here this time, I think.
From here,
If you insist, first mate, we'll go on that.
Yes, it might actually be. It might actually be. I don't know. It's useful to us somehow. Don't know how, but. Yeah.
From here, you can see on the opposite side of the sigil, there seems to be a staircase leading further down into a subterranean, well, you know, as it were, level of the dungeon. But to your south, you find more rooms, and one on the very far end that looks like it is. Whereas the previous bedrooms all have single doors, the one at the end of the hall here has a large set of double doors, made of what looks to be rather ornately crafted heavy stone.
Well, that's promising.
The grimoire room.
Or the headmaster's room, or there's a very important repository of books. Could be a number of things. Let's open up and find out.
Why is this door made out of stone? That is impractical.
Maybe to make it hard to move.
I've long stopped questioning the architecture of these schools, frankly. I was thrown into the ruins of an old castle. Still haven't fixed everything.
All the things to be found.
Cubicles. Ooh.
Well, I'm assuming that you're trying to open the door. As you go to push on it, it does not budge. Just
Does not.
doesn't budge.
Okay, and no like visible handles or anything like that.
There are visible handles. It seems to be a push door.
Okay.
And just it seems that like when you try to open it, something is like sort of like pushing it back against you. If you would like, you can make an athletics check. Someone.
Yes.
I will assist.
I'm being helped.
Here's
are
a
being
crowbar.
Yeah, you push that door open, and as you begin pushing, the water begins to flow in from the other side until eventually that rush of water, as you push, sends you flying back. I would like everyone to roll me strength saving throws, please.
Whoops.
Don't
We're all within
forget,
10
That
feet.
makes sense, but at least
You get a
We're all
plus
within 10
4.
feet of you, I'm sure.
28.
Oh shit! I
at
think
least we can breathe the water.
Alright.
It's not a big deal.
Ah! Lucky.
Really? Okay.
That's really funny.
I think you'll be okay.
I love how every time you use lucky, it's always worse.
That's
Every time.
generally worse.
Everyone who failed a DC of 20 gets pushed
Oh,
back
shit.
all the way over here.
Excellent.
Well,
But
We
it
have
doesn't
the
have
Captain Goody is something
we have the +4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, it is a harmless effect. It is just I have it written down as a look cool roll. Either way,
Galaxy
it.
Brain.
you do finally get yourself into this room. There is water, rushing water coming from what look to be windows on the far end that are long since shattered and now is beginning to fill the dungeon even further. Not fast enough to make any much of a difference, but
Right.
that first initial rush was a bit much. It seems that the room itself was watertight until you popped it back open and let the floodgate in. If you would like to look through the room, make me an investigation check.
I am helping.
Let's go.
Ooh!
I'm so investigative. Call me the detective.
Yeah, Detective Blue Eyes.
He can't be Captain Blue Eyes anymore.
We'll just slowly give him more titles and pitch those off to other people. Now it's hard to find anything in the rushing water. Small objects get moved around fairly easily. The rushing tide agitates the already murky water, making it even harder to see through than normal. However, you do manage to find a single chest that bears some weight to it. The chest itself is made of metal, and although it doesn't seem to be tarnished at all, there are some barnacles growing along the side of it. Instead of what looks to be like a normal locking mechanism, it seems to have a wide recess about the size and shape of one of those Leviathan school amulets that you had seen on the research boat. But it might still be possible to pick it if you guys have the ability to do so.
Does this chest have hinges?
Yes.
I mean,
Am I gonna be?
it just occurred to me.
Well,
None of us have thieves' tools skills, do we, anymore?
How dare... Yeah, we don't.
Stun's a thief. She could probably open it.
I have never stolen anything in my entire life.
Except my niece's identity.
I'm pretty sure there's a
And
couple
my
lives
glasses.
missing.
Whoa, holy shit.
Woo! That got dark.
Can we roll for shade?
Critical
20.
hit.
That's harsh.
Fucking. I mean, I have a spell. I just don't have it on me right now. so
48
if you wanna
fire damage.
wait.
Damn.
Michael,
Yes.
is the locking mechanism visible? Assume so, but
Yeah.
I mean,
If I broke it, would we be able to open the chest?
You have no
I
idea.
would not recommend that.
I think Q has the most solid game plan here. If he can reshape the metal.
Yeah, in all honesty, if you could just simply recreate one of the medallions, that might be enough. All else fails, we can literally just search around and probably find a couple. I don't want the chance breaking this thing, because God only knows what's in it, number one, and God only knows what might be in place to prevent tampering with it.
You know, that is
Oh,
true.
right.
Yeah.
These are not people who guarded their secrets just half-assed.
Get away, Q.
Can I see if the chest is trapped?
Yeah, an investigation check.
Unless Q's thing comes first.
Yeah, that takes an hour.
It's an hour long. Hold on.
This will
It's
take an
long.
hour,
Yeah,
anyways.
it's not long.
Yeah.
The reason I linked it is the last paragraph. I can make a duplicate of a non-magical item, such as a key.
Yeah, and it's very clearly, it's very clear with the object. You've seen the object that definitely would have opened this before. You do find that it is in fact trapped. Attempting to open it without the proper key would have caused what looks to be like a needle on the far end to come out and give you a good old stick. You can't disarm the trap without thieves' tools, but you know that's there, and you know how to not trigger it, and you're actively doing the thing not to trigger it. So
we're good.
yeah, the hour-long wait to open the chest is probably a decent idea unless you want to open it up top.
Now, because if this contains something I don't want prying eyes to see up top, I'm gonna open it down here.
I figured. For the sake of brevity, then, an hour passes. You guys can get a short rest in the meantime. I'm not going to be mean about it. You guys take from the chest
You know what, actually,
3,604 gold pieces.
You bastard.
A deep blue cloak clasped with the symbol of the Leviathan School.
Oh.
A pair of gloves that almost seem like they're trying to pull you closer. And a very strange-looking hand crossbow. Around the base of the weapon, it is almost fully enclosed, with a special loading mechanism at the top for putting in bolts. The barrel, as it were, is the shape of that same Leviathan that you've been seeing around the place. It looks like the bolt would come out of the open mouth. And there are slots for the arms. For the arms to extract
Aspects.
to come out and fire.
Where's Liliana where we need her?
Right.
Well, first things first, Gwydion, being the primary identifier in this party, is going to use his free identify cast to see what's up with those gloves that are kind of spooking me.
The primary, the only.
These are gloves of transposition.
Ooh!
What does that mean?
What?
It can move positions.
It's a homebrew. It requires attunement, but while you wear the gloves, you may use a bonus action to attempt to pull a creature within 30 feet closer to you.
Not for me.
What?
The creature must make a DC 16 strength save or be pulled up to 30 feet, closer to you. And once you use this, you can't do it again until you finish a long rest.
Interesting.
Yo, that's rad.
It's really
Okay.
cool.
We should give that to...
Q?
I feel like these would probably be best with Lucien because of his grappling.
Lucy?
Yeah,
I
that.
would certainly appreciate them, but I won't hog all of the items
Well,
in case
here's-
someone wants it.
Here's what I'm wondering, DM. Is this forced movement?
Yes.
Damn. Okay. That's still good though. Okay.
And then I will.
I
Take
imagine
out
a
my
universe
cool-
where we make an additional pair of these, and then you just ping pong back and forth between people, and everyone uses the reaction to attack. Come here. Come here.
And I will take out my pearl and use my non-free cast of identify, I guess, as rituals. If the party, I don't know, wants to fuck around for a little bit and go back to the forge or something, see if the forge is still working, I can just
Yeah, no big.
rub this pearl all over this cloak and this crossbow, this Leviathan thing.
I mean, I
Guardian, you should come with
done
us to
Also,
the
with
forge.
ritual, if
Yes.
you want to speed it up.
Oh, he's also got identify, so this will take half as much time.
Yeah. The cloak is a cloak of protection.
Oh,
Ooh.
very good.
The crossbow is interesting. It seems to be a personally made item. It has a name for one. Veden. Q, you would know. You speak primordial, right?
Yes.
This is Aquan for Sea Mist. Attacks with this hand crossbow have +1 bonus to attack rolls, and the hand crossbow itself deals an additional 1d6 acid damage. Or 1d4 acid damage. I just can't read.
That's not.
It's not that.
Feels like there's more to that.
I would love to take this if I didn't have a custom item coming in the way.
What am I gonna do? Tell you
I
no?
mean-
Take the damn crossbow. I ain't gonna judge.
No reason not to.
And who doesn't have a cloak of protection
Uh,
already that needs one?
I've got my robes of defense, which are basically the same thing.
Yeah, we have 2 of them.
I mean, I can use it.
Yeah, about
Heinrich could probably use it.
yeah, whoever doesn't currently have one because they spent all their ludicrous amounts of money at our Yi enchanting shop for this stuff already. So I think
There's more, right?
No, that was
Or
it.
is there not?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. There is the word Leviathan was there, so I wasn't sure what that.
it had a Leviathan clasp, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, on the cloak.
Okay.
Good haul. Good haul, gents.
Yeah, I don't want any of this.
Still no book.
Damn it.
What the?
Okay, so we're not done here, right?
It does look like another floor is
There is
below you.
another floor.
There's
We do have at least another week's worth of time that we could spend here.
Just keep
one
pushing,
thing at a
Doctor.
time.
I
At
must
least
say-
6 days.
If they had in a circle that would summon elementals, was it for sparring or were they? How would that work?
Sounds like a
Protection,
defense
maybe?
thing.
I'm mostly looking at Lambert.
Also, it could be any
Love it.
number of things. That larger one, I don't even want to hazard to guess what that's for. Especially given that the dragon monastery literally had a dragon.
It seems like these monasteries have possession of the creatures that they're named after.
So did you have a mongoose at yours?
No, we had a manticore. Its name was Greg.
Oh yeah, manticore, not mongoose. Close enough.
It also
So
died.
maybe, is that a commonality? Would this have summoned a Leviathan?
God, I pray not.
We'll find you a new Greg someday.
You'll never know.
I don't.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
want to
Okay,
know.
that-
Was your school also partially underwater?
No, mine was more in the mountain ranges.
Well, each of them are in the native elements of that creature.
Roughly, yes. Or at least nearby it. I mean, this was on the coastline by the waterfall. It sunk. The dragon one was, well... I don't know. I don't know enough about damn dragons to hazard a guess what they run, but I imagine that's where they would be.
Not pleasant. Not pleasant creatures.
I'm sorry, I might have been confused. You said there was a manatee named Craig.
No, a manticore named Greg. We didn't... That wasn't its actual name. That's just what we called it when we growing up and needed to make light about the fact so many of us had died.
That's a lot to unpack, but it does seem like
Let's gloss over this.
it does seem like yes, these monasteries all do seem to have the creatures that they're named after, right? There was that dragon that the dragon monastery was. It seemed like
Well,
they're prisoner at some point, right?
Trick
Maybe.
Leviathan's ass.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get the chance to do that because I was able to dispel this thing. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's circling around us somewhere.
That's actually more possible than I'd like.
Suddenly a giant shark.
At least it's not the school of the giant shark.
Oh no, that school died out a long time ago.
Okay.
They didn't
I'm
stand a chance.
so sad. If I had been Boots right now, if there'd be so many more sharks.
I know.
Like the one in the pool.
I don't know what you're talking about. That one was there before I got there.
All right, my companions, shall we go up this stairwell?
Down the stairwell.
Yes, the captain says we all should go up. Thank you for the suggestion, crewmate.
I swear to
Down
God,
everyone goes.
if there's a giant multi-tentacled beast behind that door, I'm going to be upset.
In fact, there is a giant multi-tentacled beast down there called Puzzles.
Oh, Nathan's least favorite.
Oh. Anything but
The
puzzles.
Rubik's Kraken.
It's a watch. It's time. It's
It's
cast knock.
I guess not.
That's why you took your level of wizard.
I love it.
Q, can you stop tapping on my head, please?
boom. Hollow.
Smooth.
Okay.
Like gravy.
Okay, the room looks empty. Where's the puzzle?
They're all puzzles.
I'm about to say, I don't even see the damn room. Let me refresh.
Man, we
You're
need
doing this
different
again?
puzzles.
What?
The bunch of rooms with different puzzles and we have to go to one?
Is this a 5-minute puzzle or?
This is like multiple hours worth of puzzles.
Oh,
Alright, well, better,
I don't know if that's
now or
true.
never.
I don't really feel that that's true. I was going for ambience, but here, you can see now.
I'll be honest.
I'll turn off
Ooh.
this other thing as well.
There's only
Is that a-
5 puzzles. There's
that
6
a
of
card?
us.
Oh,
Oh shit, that's not enough
Nathan
puzzles.
oh wow. I see all the things.
turn down my monitor brightness.
Oh,
My eyes hurt.
I was not prepared for
My
that.
future! This is so bright!
Oh, is this a gap that we need to cross?
That was such an honest reaction to lightness.
Yeah.
No.
Interesting enough, yes, it is a big old gap you're supposed to cross that is completely and totally filled with water.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Wait a
what
minute.
fucking
Good thing
puzzle
we have water
solved.
walking. We have water walking.
I have swim.
You just swim across. That's literally the solution
Oh my
to
God.
the puzzle.
Can you put a little bit of darkness back just around the edges?
Oh,
I'm
man.
afraid I can't.
Oh fuck.
Wait, that's the door in the center, isn't it? It's a big
It's a
door.
big ass door in the center.
Is that the Firefox logo?
No, it's a Leviathan. Shut up.
Holy
No, they
shit.
changed that one.
In any case, luckily enough, yes, you do solve this puzzle. And at the very far end, you see this strange device up against the wall. It has these 4 engraved recesses. The second of which, from the center, has a peg in it at the top. And in the center of this recess is a hexagonal plate. Toying around with it a little bit more, that peg seems to move a little bit whenever you like push it one way or another.
Are we have to play Jenga? What's happening?
Well, I'm waiting for someone to go. I don't know, fucking move the thing, but
Yeah, I'll move it.
This is okay. Oh, this is intense railroading, but I'm here for it, I guess.
I mean, like, you know, there's a big old peg there. Like,
Yeah.
what do you
Hey,
mean it moves?
What do you?
What do you want me to do? I wait for you to say something. You're just like, I don't know. This is fucking weird.
Yeah.
I want to leave.
Mission's over. We'll get him next time.
Playing around with the peg, you do find that it does move, and as you move it around the circumference, when it gets to the very bottom position, here, that hexagonal plate opens up and reveals a semicircular stone plate with part of it an engraved symbol of the Leviathan school. From what you understand, that door up top. I explained this very poorly because I didn't.
No, yeah, but I get it. They're
There is this massive, a locking mechanism by the looks with a circle, you know, 4 semicircular recesses in the center of it that you can put the stone plate in.
Okay. Indiana Jones Fate of Atlantis Sundial stuff. I dig it.
I am afraid, though. I don't know if I mean it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably just have to pick this up next week.
I'll tackle this when
Yeah.
I'm more awake. I've been up a while.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. In any case, congratulations, 1/4 of the puzzle done. Good job.
All
You did
that
great.
took was the power of swimming.
They didn't expect it to be flooded with water, I assume.
Yeah, I'm guessing too. God, I'm kind of curious how the hell they expected people to get across that originally.
Yeah, right? It's almost
Hard.
like it was meant to be hard.
Jump in.
40 feet?
Jump in and die.
Actually,
Yeah,
Is that the
Centaur.
puzzle that Boots was given in that dungeon we did? There's a gap, and there was like a hook at the top, and you had to get across.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
actually, hold on.
In any case, 3 more puzzles to do next week. And then beyond that door, who knows what's there?
1 puzzle per session.
Well, yeah, perfect.
Oh,
Like
you
it
know
was
what?
made for Nathan.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Have a good night, guys.
Yeah.
You know
See ya.
what?
Bye.
I think Lambert actually could have solved that if it wasn't flooded.
The woman, fine.
I would have cast
Ma-
Levitate.
I
You
would have
make
just.
a human chain.
No, I just would have
I would've
cast
built a
jump and
bridge.
dashed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can cast levitate too. Oh my god, I forgot.
Yeah.
Jump and dash, so you're just Tracer.
Basically, yeah.
Wait. Yeah, you could have just jumped it.
Yeah,
You
I
got
literally
50
could have jumped that. I
galoshes.
think that's the point. It makes sense.
Yeah. Galoshes.
In any case, I'm gonna head off of here and hang out with my family a bit. I will catch you guys next week. I can't wait to kill you all.
Yep.
Right. of
Yep,
course.
see ya.
With
Did
fun.
Michael leave?
No.
Yes.
Oh, not yet.
No.
I'm gonna send you a message, Nathan.
Anyway, guys, that's it for this session of the Esterisle's Cartography Guild. Where the power of swimming has saved the day. Somehow. Good God. But no, it's fun looking at puzzles like that and, sitting there thinking, it's like, okay, thought was put into this. How would a Witcher-esque character completed this? And it's like, oh, wait, I have the jump spell literally for reasons like this. I could easily do it. Anyway, as usual, I hope you all enjoyed. If you all did enjoy, a great way of showing that support, as always, by liking the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, sharing it with your friends. And if this caught your fancy, just tune in next week and see what happens next. Do we actually solve all the puzzles? Does Nathan get frustrated with the puzzle? More than likely. We'll see what happens next week. Until then, once again, thank you all for watching, and as usual, cheers to those that love us, the losers that lost us, and as always, the lucky sons of bitches that get to meet us, and we will catch you all in the next video. See you then.